As we look at this, it said, my purpose today really is to alter and magnetize your mind. Because since this is a magnet conference, I really want to change something. I don't want you to go back the way you came. Because if you just came for the conference, really you just wasted somebody's money. And not only that, you just wasted your time, but you can't get that back, right? All right? But remember, we say as you sat here, as you sit here, the world is changing. Okay? This is what we need to do. He said the power of the environment and word choice. Listen, this is, I want you to get this. It says the early high school magnet, early. Greek word, back in the day, it's called Norris. It's with little time elapsed because time is moving, okay? High. What's the high? It means lofty. It means tall, far above the ground, greater than normal. And then euphoria. You want to make them feel strong. You want to make them feel good and happy about why they came or why they're in a magnet school. So they can come to your school. That's what magnet stuff is all about. And if you miss it, I hope you get it today. That's what it's about. And then after that, the school. Institution to teachers / learning, to educate, to train them. But if the school is building, you know if they don't come to school, you know you don't have a school, right? You know you only have a building, right? You know this? Let the church say, amen. Yes, you don't have a school if they don't show up. So you got to make sure they have the right environment. Does that make sense? That's where magnet comes in. Because you wonder, if you don't have any idea what you can do with the magnet, this is what magnets are about. It's not just the curriculum, it's the environment. Because they can have a great curriculum and the environment is, can I use this term, bad for them? None of that's going to work. Okay? Magnet. Something or someone that attracts. What do we want to attract? We want to attract the brightest, the best, and not only that, the ones who really want to make a difference. Because they may not look bright on the outside, but inside here, you can create the right environment and you can get something. You understand what I'm saying? Is this helping anybody? Is this helping anybody? Let me hear you. Is this helping? This is helping me. Can I hear you? Yes. This is helping me. Can we say that together? This is helping me. I know. Teachers are the hardest to work with, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Can we say it? This is helping me. One more time. This is helping me. It's the environment that makes a difference. Let's get a recharge. Okay? Let's close our eyes for a second. Take a deep breath in. This time I want you to inhale, count 5, exhale, out 7. In. Out 7. All right, open your eyes. Then I want you to raise your hand. I want you to externally rotate. Supination. And then I want you to turn them in. Invert. Pointing this way as if you're directing the traffic. And then I want you to give yourself a round of applause. I say that because I don't want you to take it for granted. Like when we have our students sitting down, we do forget sometimes that they're actually, it's a job. It really is a job. And so, not just a job, but a responsibility. A responsibility that is costly. Meaning that if they don't get what they're supposed to get within that time frame, it's gone. Technology is moving like this. Time is moving like this. Okay? I want to have you stop and recharge yourself. And so, when I go to the classroom and I talk to these guys about just everyday challenge, the first thing we got to know how to do is to reset ourselves. We also got to know how to change the atmosphere. Like, for example, if you felt like you were just, I can't go to another one of these things. No, I beg to differ. You can go to another one even after this. The thing that we need to understand is to make our room interactive. Because we can be active doing something, but if we leave out the interactive part, we have lost our student. You understand what I'm saying? Another thing that I do in my classroom, I'm big on physical activity. So when you just gave yourself a round of applause, you actually just worked out. You actually just worked out. Okay? We're talking about the extensors, flexors, pec major, pec minor, and we're talking about ab. We're talking about these right here. People don't really use these. They call them love handles for dudes. Okay? But these guys right here, the obliques, they're really important for your trunk and your balance. So whenever you give yourself a round of applause, really do clap because you actually are working out. Every time you get a chance, tell your kids to do that. And when you're testing, allow them to do some ankle pumps because allow the blood to go back up to the heart. You understand? All right? So I'm going to need you to stand up. There's one big period I'm just going to ask you because I'm interactive guy. And that's what we're going to talk about. So just stand up for a minute. Okay? And then I want you to put your arm, I want you to pronate, which means turn over. And then I want you to put this on your hip. And I want you to do just 5 ankle pumps. Real simple. Ready with me? Count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then toe raises. Ready? 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? Okay, that's it. And then you can sit down. Now you're ready to go. You just recharged your system. All right? Now, as we sat there and talked to you, a lot of things have occurred. The world has changed since we did those ankle pumps. Okay? So I want you to just look at this for 1 second. I'm only going to give you a few minutes of this because I want to make sure I'm mindful of your time. But I want you to see that as you sit here, it's changing. When you teach, you can't use what you used yesterday. You too have to change. And if you don't change, you're going to leave them behind. And if you leave them behind, President Bush said, no child left behind. Whoops, you left an entire generation. That was interesting for you. How do you feel when your kids come in the room? I want you to think about that. Get them involved. That's what I do at Rebound Middle School. And the magnet has helped us to do that by providing great teachers, by providing the necessities that we need in terms of technology, in terms of Mimeo. We have a program that's called Mimeo. I use it all the time. Okay? Kids run to come to the board just to do work problems. Really? Yes. In the urban neighborhood. Mean it. Mr. Scott, you know, I got next. Yes. It's like any given Sunday. Yes, you got that. That's the type of mentality we want to get them to see. It's a simple concept. But the interaction that I saw was life-changing. We were studying forces in motion. They had to go in that pile and pick out every piece and reassemble it. If you notice, there's music in the background. Whenever you're doing something in your classroom, if you add music to that activity, it changes everything. Just have the music. While I'm doing my labs in my science class, I have music in the background. So they're learning, basically, jamming to their learning. That's how we phrase it. No time to sleep. Not more backwards thinking. We have to move ahead. The technology is changing. We have to change too. This young man, he comes to school, wouldn't talk to anyone. And I said, you're going to change somebody's life if you talk to this camera. And then he was able to do that. These two guys don't talk to anybody. And you have those students in your classroom. You pass them every day. And if you don't interact with them, you pass them too. He looks shy, right? He walks like this when he comes to school. The only time he raises his head up is if there's a fight. That was amazing. And when his mama saw that, that's not my, yes, that's your child. We're going to move on. This is where I come in. Preparing them for high school and beyond. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about making them lifelong learners. That's what it's about. And when we make them lifelong learners, I don't want them to just learn something for today and then throw it away tomorrow. Okay? And I know that you have your time, and I have about 10 minutes. So I'm going to make this quick and sweet. I want to give you some things that you can use in your classroom. Not yesterday, today. Okay? The usage of videos, a big thing. If I teach a concept in my classroom and I don't want a child to miss it, you know what I do? I'll go back after the class is done and I'll teach it like I have 500 in it. And then I'll post it on YouTube, link it to my teacher website, and then I have them come in. If they miss a day, then they can come in and they can rewatch that video. They just sit in the corner, headset, listen, take a note. So now what I have is a child who never misses a day. Never miss a day. Is that possible in the urban community?
Sure.
All right? Okay. So my equation up here, because, you know, we talk about Matthew, is MF, magnet fund, plus the right environment equal what? A better future for all of us. That's what it does. That equation right here. So, all of this, basically what Mr. Gaspar talked about and our team talked about, really is talking about creating the right environment. I want to tell you, this gentleman right here, great seed. This young lady right here, awesome seed. This brother right here, awesome seed. But I tell you something, if we put them in the right environment, I don't care how awesome they are, they'll never survive. It's the environment that makes a difference. They may say that our school is in the hood, but it's for the good. You understand? It's not where you are, it's where you're going. So I want to take some time just to show you. I got 9 minutes. I'm time conscious. All right? I do not want to waste your time, but I want you to just listen to me for a minute, and I guarantee you this 9 minutes is going to be the best 9 minutes you ever had. Okay? You're going to leave, you're like, whoa! Like you feel the spirit or something like that. I got something from that there. Jesus! Excuse me. Let's move on. We're going to pick up the collection plate after, okay? I hope. Did you bring something? Bring something. The Lord's going to bless. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. It said the most important thing is that mindset. You got to have the right mindset, y'all. It's not about instructions. It's the intentions. But with all that right intention, the magnet program allows us to do these things. With all the cutbacks that we have, the magnet fund allows us to do it. The magnet fund allows us to interact with our students and create the right environment. Remember, you got some great ones, you got some excellent ones, they all see, but we got to put them in the right ground, right? We create it. That's what it's about. Okay? Effort may not always be visible. Yeah, you know how you come in and you work so hard, you know, and you wore down that new shoes, you know, it looking like this. And it's all lean to the side because you know you're hurt. Some of you travel miles away just to come and teach these kids. And yeah, I can't stand these kids. Yes, you feel like that sometimes. You're real. But you know what? Principals may not always recognize what you do. But I tell my students, it's not about religion. I said something greater than me got me up this morning. Somebody greater than me is paying me. And that's why I'm here. So listen to me carefully. They're not always going to recognize it for what you do. You better get that in your head right now. You could be working like a dog, and they will never see you. That's 7.5 minutes. They'll never see you. But remember, everyone, it's everybody's responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility. And that's why you came to this conference, right? Yeah. To get something so you can take back. All right? The future begins today. So when you go back, you've already started the future. You remember? Did you know? The video? Yes. Now you know. Let's roll. That's our goal today. So how are we going to do this? This is our logo here as you walk to the hallway. As they walk on it, I want to get up inside them and permeate them. As they step on it, it's the shield. The shield doesn't, there's something special about the shield because life is a fight. It is. And you don't know what they go through just to get to your building. I said, you know, I'm thankful you showed up. Because then I realized some of my kids are parents. Yeah. 12, 13, 14. Their mamas and daddies too. So they got to fight just to get in. So this is our shield, School of Science. We got to write the vision. We got to make it plain. We're here to get you to where you have to be. Not where you want to be, where you have to be. It's a fight. Here, this is in my class, and I take these pictures while they're working. This is another student up here working. We're doing a heat curve. And this is another student here. She's taking the data on that little computer, which the Magnet Fund pays for. Whatever the Magnet Fund buys, I use it. okay? To create the environment, okay? Don't just take the money and not use it. Use it. Create the environment. You'd be surprised. Down here, she's collecting data. Right here, this is a troublemaker right here, but you can't tell now, can you? You come in there with his pants hanging on his behind, that's how you do, you know. Mr. Guy, what's up, dog? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Mr. Guy? How you doing? And I'm like, man, sit down. Mr. Guy, I'm totally joking. I know you're joking. I'm serious. Let's get some work done. Right there, look at that. Ain't that a scientist right there? See, I teach what I want to see. I see future. And you love it. Let's move. This is our team. To make it happen, you got to have the right team. And our team really basically is this way, to provide hope. Because some of them are hopeless. They don't have no hope. Okay? We got to create the right environment. To create the right environment. You understand what I'm saying? You can do that too. I'm giving you stuff you can take back and use. Not to come at another conference and take a few notes and say, who's good food? What's good? I want you to get this. It says the early high school magnet early. Greek word, back in the day, it's called Norris. It's with little time elapsed because time is moving, okay? High. What's the high? It means lofty. It means tall, far above the ground, greater than normal. And then euphoria. You want to make them feel strong. You want to make them feel good and happy about why they came or why they're in a magnet school. So they can come to your school. That's what magnet stuff is all about. And if we miss it, I hope you get it today. That's what it's about. And then after that, the school. Institution for teaching / learning. To educate, to train them. But is the school a building? You know if they don't come to school, you know you don't have a school, right? You know you only have a building, right? You know this? Let the church say, amen. Yes, you don't have a school if they don't show up. So you got to make sure they have the right environment. Does that make sense? That's where magnet comes in. Because you're wondering, if you don't have any idea what you can do with the magnet, this is what magnet's about. It's not just the curriculum. It's the environment. Because they can have a great curriculum and the environment is, can I use this term, bad for them? None of that's going to work. Okay? Magnet. Something or someone that attracts. What do we want to attract? We want to attract the brightest, the best, and not only that, the ones who really want to make a difference. Because they may not look right on the outside, but inside here, you can create the right environment and you can get some future doctors, lawyers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is this helping anybody? Is this helping anybody? Let me hear. Is this helping? This is helping me. Can I hear you? Yes. This is helping me. Can we say that together? This is helping. I know. Teachers are the hardest to work with, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Can we say it? This is helping me. One more time. This is helping me. And now, she said I got about last couple of minutes. All right, here we go. 30 seconds. It said, what's our purpose? As Pioneer Astronaut in early high school, why do we do this anyhow? It said what? To experience the what? The future when? Now. To begin the journey early. When? Now. To provide the what? Meaningful exposure, use interactive technology to bridge the gap to learning, right? And then it said to make learning reachable for what? Everybody. They need it. All right, I'm going to skip over this slide. But I want to show you something really, really cool. These are my future doctors because one day I can get sick anytime. And if I get sick now and I don't put out my effort to create the right environment, then hey, they're going to say, hey, you remember me? Hey, I don't know what artery that is. But you said I couldn't read. You said I'm a nobody. He's asleep. He's gone. That's the future now. Okay. This video I want to show you right here. That's just me interacting with them. Okay. That's me playing basketball with them. That's how we do it. We got to create an environment, play with them. Not just teach them, be. And I want you to see this video. I look a little dark up there, don't I? That's actually me.
Once we finish here, you can be a scientist. You can be thinking like a scientist when we're finished. All right, are you ready? Let's do this. First thing we want to generate is
I'm going to talk as the video goes. But if you notice that I'm relaxed, this I'm talking with them. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking with them. They go back and put on their headset in the corner. That's if they miss a day, but they really didn't miss class. They can go back and watch this again, anytime, on their cell phones, anywhere. Okay?
And then take those letters and organize it into a phrase.
So I'm going to pause that for the sake of time. All right. As we wrap up, I really want to thank y'all for coming, but I don't just want you to think about as another conference. I really want you to take away some things from this. Ms. Richardson is going to come up and then do some question and answering. Time has elapsed from us. Remember, the world has changed just like that. Okay? But I want you to understand that the magnet is a powerful thing. And if you create an environment in your classroom, if you create that environment, it don't matter what seeds you get, it will grow. Remember, parents only send you what they have. You have to create the future that you want. Remember, think about it. If you get sick as soon as a child walks out the door, it could be your doctor. And you just want to make sure you cut the right thing. I know it's funny, but when you're on the table, you ain't going to be laughing. That's my time. My name is Mr. Guy.